Hi my loves, welcome back to Paradigm Shift Tarot. This is Devrupa, I'm an astrologer, also a tarot reader. In this channel we discuss astrology, tarot readings and other things. I haven't been posting for quite a long time. I'm really sorry for that. Also my voice is a little low. I'm sorry for that too, because season change and then full moon, all of that messes up with my voice. Okay, so I might be sounding like a frog right now, but just bear with me, guys. You can do that. And I really appreciate each one of you for liking, sharing, and subscribing my videos. And if you haven't subscribed and you're watching for the first time, please do subscribe. I try to actually upload all the fun stuff for you guys. So just be patient with me. Sometimes I go off regular because all this voice stuff. So let's not delay more further, and let's hop right into the video. So today's video will be about your marriage, obviously your partnerships, and also some sort of karmic lessons that you have learned in this life in order to have the love that you desire and crave for. Okay, so in general we all have to go through certain karmic lessons before we drop into the hands of the right person, right? So in this Kali Yuga, it's very unnatural. It's very unlikely. I won't say unnatural or unlikely. It's very rare to see one relationship, one love, and one marriage, because sometimes the relationships go through certain phases. There are many relationships, like the love relationships that we have right now, goes through certain phases and then it changes it. Then we have a new relationship again. So before we marry or go into the hands of our soulmate, we go through certain partners in this lifetime, and not all of them are good for us, not all of them are bad always. So but whatever we go through, good or bad, in our relationships, that actually provides us with the insights, that gives us the karmic lessons to move into the next relationship, right? So the video is about the planet that is placed in 12th house from your Venus. So not from your ascendant. Okay, so in this case, wherever your Venus is placed, you have to count 12 places away. Okay, 12 places away from Venus. Okay, so just the house that comes before. So if, let's say if your Venus is placed in Leo, you will you will check the sign that is before Leo. What comes before Leo? Cancer, right? So you can do it like that. If it's Cancer, if your Venus is in Cancer, you have to check the before sign. What comes before Cancer? Comes Gemini. Okay, so that way you will understand the sign that is there. And you have to see what planets are placed in that particular house. So let's say if you have your Venus in Leo, you have to check what planets are there in the sign of Cancer. Let's say there are no planets. Okay, let's say the Cancer or the house is empty, then you have to look at the planets that are respecting that house. Okay, the planets that the house is ruled by. In this case, moon rules Cancer. Where is moon and how is the dignity of moon? You have to check that as well. Okay, again, just you have to check the sign that comes before the sign that you are searching for, like it's the sign that your Venus is placed. So let's say if your Venus is placed is in Leo, as we said, and you have to check Cancer. You have to check the position of the Lord of that house if there is no planets are placed. If the planets are placed, then I will explain the planets, that how it will affect your relationship and what could possibly be happening in your relationship so far. And also you have to see the aspects, what houses, like what planets are looking into that particular house that it comes before your Venus. See what just happened. My current just went off. However, that's quite unnatural. That doesn't happen. But let's not delay anymore, because maybe some of you who are watching has been through some sort of problem, and that light is just a confirmation that relationships are karmic, because the twin flame connections, they actually include the flickering of light. So if the light is flickering, must be a reason for that as well. So maybe that's a way of spirits channeling messages about your life is not going to be the same as you watch this video. Somehow you guys are going through some rough patches in your life, rough phases, and I can totally understand. I just don't do astrology, I do tarot, I do Reiki, so I know the energies and I can feel it from you guys. So as I was saying, let's say if Sun is placed in 12th from your Venus, let's say what will be the results of Sun in 12th from your Venus. So as I was saying that if Sun is placed in Venus in 12th from your Venus, so let's say you also again like the sign you have to see that comes before Venus. So if it's the Leo Venus, then you have to see if Sun is placed in Cancer or not. If so the case that your Sun is placed in 12th from your Venus, then you have to let go of your ego. Maybe in your past relationships you have the issue of ego. Someone was very controlling towards you, someone wanted to demean your light, someone who was very eye-catchy, very show-offy, and that might have been some issues regarding that in your relationship. So you as an individual have to let go of your ego. Might be you might be also a person who is very egoistic, not in a bad sense, but maybe you have a bigger sense of self-respect, and that could sometimes hinder your relationship. So your marriage or your the ultimate relationship that you will fall into and that eventually become a part of your life path, that relationship will require you to let go of all the kind of narcissistic tendencies that you have, all the kind of show off tendencies that you have. Yeah, as I was saying that Sun sometimes can show that after your marriage there could be some problems in your father's health, and or you could have to spend a lot more for your father's medicines. Sometimes it shows distant relationship from your father, so it could mean that you will marry into a family that is away from your birthplace. There could be some problems in regards to government. So after your marriage, you might have to face certain issues with the government. Also, in case of your education, you might not have finished all your education and you have to get married to that person. It's pretty possible. Your spouse and your father might not have a very good relationship because Sun is again your father. There could be problems, certain problems with your bosses after your marriage if Sun is badly placed. But in generally, that's not a bad condition most of the times, because of course we have to let go of certain things in order to be in the relationship. So it's not a big deal. Don't worry. In your past relationships, you might have some problems regarding your reputation. So your reputation might have suffered when you were in relationships. Your ex or your ex partners might have been very, authoritative, very controlling, very egoistic. They might not have valued you much, and that has somehow hurt your ego, and that has pushed you to be more egoistic, father more in your life. With the marriage that you will enter in will require to have some sort of um, nurturing and more calming nature, will require you to have a more calming nature in general, because egos will kill your relationship, and there could be ego tussles that you need to take care of, and that's it. Otherwise, you don't have to worry if your Venus is well placed, if your seventh lord is well placed and Sun is well placed, so don't just worry. So if let's say Moon is placed in 12th from your Venus, so this could mean that your mother's health will suffer somehow after your marriage, or this could mean that you have to let go of your emotional cravings, emotional dependency, Then you have to let go of the mood swings that you have. You might be a very moody person when it comes to your relationships, or in your past relationships there were problems in regards to mood swings. Maybe your partners were very moody and your emotional care was not being taken care of in the relationships that were there before before the marriage. Moon could mean that you have to live away from your mother. Maybe you are marrying into some foreign land, or your mother or your husband might not have a very good relationship, or your mother could be the one who tries to, put their nose in the relationship. They could be very involving at times, unknowingly involving. There could be some expenses in regards to your mother's health, so you might have to, like, spend some money on her medicines, or in generally somehow, some way. This could mean that your marriage might happen in some place else than where you were born. So this could happen in some foreign land or away from your birthplace in general. In your relationship or in your marriage that you will be proceeding into, you need to have a good sense of emotional strength, and not in a sense to be very arrogant, but the emotional, like you are very emotionally inclined, and the marriage that will take place, it will take place on the basis of logic at times, and you will not tend to ignore your emotions, or you try to hold on to them very much. So in both the cases the tendencies are not good. So I'll just ask you to have a better sense of emotional strength and what emotion you need to be in tune with your emotions. You need to take care of those, and somehow your emotional needs might not be met at up to the point. If moon is afflicted in this position, your emotional needs after your marriage might not be taken care of, and this could actually bring some problems in your relationship. And so you, before making any, if moon is afflicted, before making any step forward in your relationship, you need to take good care of the choices that you're making. Don't be whimsical, try to stay positive and in tune with your intuition. That's what I will say. Let's say if Saturn is placed 12th from your Venus, there could be certain problems in regards to your practicality in your marriage. You have to let go of your practical nature. You might be very hardworking, very focused on your profession, so you need to keep it in mind that your personal life and your professional life is separate from one another. So in your personal life you need to be more emotional and more involving, because I know you are all about profession, but somehow you have to be a little bit more emotional, and the aim is to be not practical all the time in the relationship. In your past relationships, your partners might have been truly practical, and they might have dealt with you in a very practical way, or you were the person who was very practical, very mature. But sometimes keeping your inner child alive in the relationship, keeping that flirt, keeping that romance in the relationship is important. You have to remember that 12th house is also the house of bed pleasures. So there might be some problem in that, or bed pleasures could suffer somehow, or your sleep cycle could be diminished after your marriage if Saturn is not well placed. Don't be afraid, guys. As I've said, if only the Saturn is not well placed, otherwise, it's fine. Saturn in this position could mean some old person from your family. This could be a family friend, could be anyone who is very, very old in your family, could go through certain health problems as you get married. Also, your health, your sleep cycle, or your mental health could suffer somehow in the relationship, or you could be more and more inclined towards your profession, working 24 into 7, and that could actually hamper your relationship, also your mental health at the same time. So for people who have Saturn in 12th from your Venus, you just need to keep that in mind, that in order for your marriage to sustain, you need to let go of your practical nature. You need to let go of the kind of, like, the cold that you have inside, because sometimes it can make you very cold and resistant to emotions. You need to remember that you have to be emotional at some point. You need to put your emotions, put your efforts not only in your profession but also in your marriage, right? So yeah, and I hope I'm not frightening you guys, because the whole meaning of this video is to let you know what you need to do in order to not fall into bad relationships again, and because you have already the lessons of your past relationships where things haven't been right because of your practical nature or your partner's practical nature. So just in the relationship, don't mix your profession like someone did to you or you did to someone in past, because marriage is a holy thing and you are supposed to be with this partner, this soulmate of yours, for a lifetime and lifetime beyond. Let's say Jupiter is placed 12th from your Venus. This could definitely show that you and your spouse are from different cultural backgrounds, or there could be a problem in regards to coping up with each other's culture. If it is not culture, then it's your faith system, it's your belief system. So somehow your marriage will change your faith system or change your belief system. This can indicate interracial caste marriage, interracial marriages, intercaste marriages. Also, your education might be sacrificed in order to get married, or you might get married in the middle of a course or an education. Somehow in your relationship, you need to be a little more flexible, because Jupiter can make you very, very traditional. So your relationship might ask you to be a little more liberal in a sense. So somehow there could be some unconventional marriage, or there could be too much of traditions. Both are possible. Unconventional marriages or untraditional things, or too much of traditional things. Both of these are not right. So you might be the person who reads a lot of books on love and romance, or have seen a lot of movie on love and romance. So you imagine or picture it in that way. So just don't be very philosophical with the imagination that you have, because life is different in this 3D plane than what we see in movies. So you might be a person who is very by the book, and you have certain imagination, certain beliefs about marriages, and how your life partner should be, how your life with your life partner should be. So the tip over here is to not go by the book, because your marriage will somehow require you to be a little bit more flexible, little bit more, you know, open to opportunities. You might have to, travel a lot somehow with your partner in future, because it's again 12th from Venus. So Jupiter is the karaka for journeys. Jupiter is the karaka for uh, your again 12th house is the house of travel and foreign land, so you might have the opportunity to go to foreign land. Jupiter is also children at times, so there might be some health problems, health problems to the children that belongs to your family or your spouse's family. Some guru or someone whom you worship, a guru kind of, their health could be in some sort of problem, or they could go through some problems in their life, or you might have to spend a lot of money on them, or there could be some obstacles from your gurus as well. This could mean. So yeah, don't be scared. Just work on the things that you need to. In your past relationships, the same way, there might be relationships that were not from your cultural background, and that could create some problem because you believed in something else and your partner believed in something other than what you believe, and that could cause clashes in your past relationships. But you need to understand, and I think you understand, that those relationships were only meant to guide you, and those relationships taught you a lot. So yeah, just keep that faith and go on. Say if Mercury is placed 12th from your Venus, so this could just mean that there could be some problems in regards to communication in your marriage. So you need to be more careful while you communicate with your spouse. Or this could mean that in your relationship there could be some clashes, because maybe you are the emotional one and they are the logical one, or you are the logical one and they are the emotional one. Also, in your past relationships, communication was the issue. You might be in a long distance relationship. You might not communicate your heart out with your partner, or your partner could be a little harsh with their communication. So, in your relationship will require, in your relationship, you will require to be more like creatively communicative to your spouse, because your relationship will require communication and understanding of things. Decision making power abilities could suffer after marriage, so you might not take the best decisions in case of your marriage. So you just need to take more guidance from the people who are there around you, and the elderly people, or like people who advises you. You need to keep good advisors, good friends. There could be some problems in regards to the children that are there in your family. Sometimes your younger brother or your younger sibling could be involved somehow in your marriage, or their health could suffer, or younger siblings especially could live away from you, or this could mean that your younger sibling will start behaving in a very weird way to you. Also, this could mean that you might become a little, whimsical. You might deal with two things at the time after your marriage, or your marriage could require you to have the skills of multitasking. In case of your brothers and sisters, there might be related issues to them. There could be some accidents during the short travel. Some accidents, like small accidents, maybe if uh, Mercury is not well placed there. If Mercury is somehow debilitated in Pisces, so like that way, if you say if you're in Aries, like Venus, and your Mercury is placed in Pisces, so this actually gives some problems to short travels. So it's much not recommended. Okay, and apart from that, just take care of your communication, and things will be fine in your marriage, I feel. um, if Rahu is placed in 12th from your Venus, this could mean that your husband or your wife could be a little demanding, or you could be the one who is demanding in relationships. So you need to be mindful of that, because demanding things that people are not ready to give could actually bring problems in the relationship overall. Sometimes Rahu in such a position, that is 12 from your Venus, could mean that you will marry suddenly, all on a sudden, or without the permission of your parents or your relatives. Or this could be something that not accepted in the society. So maybe something that society dislikes, something untraditional, something unusual is there about your marriage. This could mean that maybe you're marrying someone elder to you. This could also mean that. So, or you were marrying someone younger to you, very younger. So this could mean that. So something that is not society accepts. Sometimes Rahu in such a position could mean that um, you know problems in regards to your health or your spouse's health, if Rahu is not a good, well placed, and your spouse could be a little secretive. Your spouse could have drinking problems, or you could have drinking problems. So just don't indulge in too much of drinking. Your relationship could be a little delusional, or you could be having relationships that are very delusional, or you could attract partners who brings a lot of confusion into your life. So in your marriage there could be certain confusions before actually you proceed into marriage. So You need to take care of your confusions well. Don't be confused. Meditate and choose the right thing that is there for you. Take astrology consultations, take whatever is needed. Don't take certain, because this position can make you take decisions just on the basis of your impulse and not what you actually think. So just don't be impulsive. Take decisions. See the things that you need to see, and then only take decision. Because otherwise, you could step into a marriage that is not much beneficial. Sometimes it could mean multiple partners or multiple marriages if Rahu is not well placed. Otherwise, there are no issues, my dear. Just take care. Also, one other thing that I forgot to say, in case of Rahu, people who have Rahu in 12th from Venus, you need to let go of your addictions, certain toxic patterns that you have or had in your relationships before, some certain toxic cycles that you had in your relationship before. You need to let go of those before you step into the holy bond of marriage, okay? Addiction could be a problem in life, so just let go of that. This could be any sort of addiction if Rahu is afflicted. Say if Ketu is placed there in 12th from your Venus, this could mean that you need a lot of space in the relationship. You like to stay isolated, but in your marriage, you need to be more involved. You can't be isolated all the time. You can't live separately once you attach yourself to a person. I think because you are a very independent person, you like your space, but independence is fine. You need independence in the relationship, but too much of isolation of self could lead to distance between you and your partner. This could mean that you are a little secretive or your partner is little secretive. So you just need to let go of the secrets that you keep inside. You need to communicate in a more clear way. Unspoken thing could cause more problems than what is spoken already. So just don't suppress it inside. Don't indulge in passive aggressive behaviors. Say what you need to say, because your relationship is meant to upgrade you. It's meant to open you up to your person, right? That's why you chose him or her. If you don't do so, your relationship will suffer. In your past relationships, I know you have been hurt, or your exes have kept some sort of secret, or you are the one who kept secrets from them. But in the current relationship that you will be in, like the marriage or the long term relationship that you will be in, it will require you to let go of those fears, those anxieties. This could mean some problems in regards to your physical pleasures. So, in your marriage, there could be some issues regarding your, sleep or in general bed pleasures. Sometimes, Ketu in this position could mean that sometimes it can signify divorce if Ketu is badly placed or is also affected by some other malefics. Ketu sometimes can give depressions in relationships. Maybe you have a depression already. You have been through some clinical depression because of some of your ex, and now is not the time to feel that way anymore. Discuss it more with your partner as you enter into the holy bond of marriage, and things will be fine. I assure you. If you have if you have Mars in 12th from your Venus, you need to let go of aggression. Take a deep breath and let go of the aggression, impulsive nature that you have, because your relationship will strongly require you to have a more calmer nature, okay? And you need to let go of the fear and anxiety, passive aggressive behaviors, or in generally aggressive behaviors in your relationship. Your younger brother, your younger or your elder brother, or any brother that you have could suffer through suffer something, or go through some certain sufferings after you marry. And this could mean your younger brother might be living at a distance after your marriage, or there could be some distant relationship between you and your brother after you get married. In your marriage, you need to be patient. You need to be you need to let go of your anger. You need to be more understanding. Sometimes this could give a lot more bachelor vibe to the person or to your spouse. So you need to let go of that bachelor life, that single life, and you need to be more committed. But this also means that your life partner will be supportive and very sporty. So you might like to do some sort of sport with your spouse. So also some problems in regards to accidents. So in your marriage or after your marriage, after you get married, there could be certain problems, certain accidents, mild or even big accidents, depending on the position of Mars. So yeah, just be careful of it. And Mars can give some health issues, especially related to blood. So take good care of your health and also good care of your blood. There could be arguments, breaking relationships with your with your family members or people who you are tied with the bond of blood, because like your blood relationships could suffer, because again, Mars is signified of blood and it is placed in 12th from your like Venus. Your past relationships might have been you might have attracted a lot of your, your past relationships also might have been somehow aggressive in nature. Your partners might have narcissistic and sadistic tendencies. So you need to be careful of that. Too much indulgence in physical pleasures could make you fall into the traps of extramarital affairs. So you need to be little careful on that phase, because it will make you a lot more passionate. So somehow too much of passion could ruin your relationship if Mars is in a bad condition there. Apart from that, everything else is fine. Don't worry at all. If you need any personal consultation, let me know, and let me know what planets do you have in 12th from your Venus and how it is affecting your relationship and your past relationships in general. Bye.